speaking of,
All right.
what do birds lay? Eggs. Arizona goes to Houston to visit CJ Stroud in his MVP campaign and the Texans.
I think this could be another shutout almost. The Texans got a really good offense. They can score points. They've proven that. They can win those close games and grind them out, which they've proven in back-to-back weeks, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
In Arizona, I just don't think it's going to be up to the task because Texans got a good front four, especially, and they got a good secondary. They are starting to click. They weren't really looking like this in the beginning, but as the weeks have gone on for the Texans, they've started to really gel and click together. So I'm excited to watch them play, and I think it's going to be a blowout.
You think it's going to be a blowout? So you have no faith in Kyler Murray keeping them alive here?
No, none. But, I mean, on the flip side, for the Arizona, Trey McBride looks like a stud to fucking play in fantasy. So
that's true. Trey McBride does look really good right now.
Exactly. So I think it is going to be like a 24-0 or 31-0 type game for the Texans to win. I think they're going to go up big early, and they're going to score with ease. Because there's no way that the Arizona is going to stop CJ Stroud, Devin Singletary, Dameon Pierce, Noah Brown, Nico Collins, Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Arizona's not good enough to do that.
Noah Brown, do you think he is making a case to be a lock?
He's making a case to be like by lock, you mean like matchup proof kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't think so yet. I would like to see personally like two or three more games with this kind of production to be able to call him a lock. Because that's kind of what I look for, but I think he's a safe play, yes.
Yeah, so when I say lock, I'm saying like I think Noah Brown is the biggest like boomer bust lock in the NFL right now.
It's weird. It's weird to say that, but I would almost agree because if I'm plugging him into my lineup, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling confident. I'm like, hell yeah.
You know the risk you're taking. Like, there's a chance he comes out with 0 points. And it's a chance. But there's also a chance he comes out with 35 points.
Yeah, because like over the past 2 weeks especially, CJ Stroud has been getting him really involved.
Yep.
So, I mean, if he keeps on this, like, the math is mathing, and it says to start Noah Brown.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Are you starting that trio of wide receivers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think all three of them are a go. CJ Stroud's a lock. Singletary, I think, is good to go. I'm high on Singletary right now. I think James Conner is going to get work. I wouldn't start Kyler Murray this week. I'm not feeling good about Hollywood either.
What about McBride?
I'm cool with McBride. I feel like McBride's just going to get you your points every week. He's going to get he's in that really high end tier tight end production range where he's a lock for 7 points every week. And that's what you want out of your tight end, is to be guaranteed 7 points, but not necessarily to be having that high boom potential, which he has.
Right.
With a touchdown, that becomes 13, 14 points, and that's good at your tight end start, especially when you're not having an elite tight end like a Kittle or, a Kelsey, or an Andrews.
Yeah. And when I'm looking to start a tight end, not name those people, that's all I'm kind of looking for. It's like, give me 10 points and I'll be happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Give me somewhere like 10 to 13 range, whatever. I'm cool with that.
110%.
I think that's all you can really look for without one of those top three, top 4 guys. I would even throw Hawk in there too as well.
Yeah, he's proven that.
But yeah, without those top tight ends, you kind of just looking for that 10 points.
So you're thinking 31-0 Texans?
I think it's going to be an ugly game start to finish. Man, I think Kyler's probably going to have a couple turnovers. I think the Texans are a solid defense to play this week. I think they're worthwhile. Pick them off waivers and stream that team. I love streaming defenses, unless you have one of the elite defenses that get you those consistent sacks or interceptions, tackles for loss, that kind of thing that get you those points. But it's an ugly game, man. The Cardinals are an ugly team right now. They don't look like they know how to play football. They look like a high school team right now. And okay, let me ask you this. What do you think they do with Kyler? Do you think they hang on to Kyler, or do you think they try and go because of how deep this draft is going to be with quarterbacks? Do you think they go out and try to get one and just put him behind Kyler for years till they can dump his contract?
We talked about this a bit yesterday. I don't think they have that option.
Yeah.
Like, I think you have to build around Kyler. And here's the thing too: we give Kyler a lot of shit, but he has proven that he can win in the playoffs.
True.
You know, like
I'll give you that one.
He has a playoff victory under his belt. You know, we've seen him be very good, but also like the Cardinals are in a rebuild right now, and it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, when you're in this, I bet you they sat down with Kyler and said, "Hey, we recognize the state of the team. We're willing to pay you this amount, and you need to give us faith that, you know, we can build around you." And I bet you that was a conversation they had during contract discussion. And I'm sure Kyler's fully aware of it. And I'm sure that that's why he was on injury for so long. You know, like they were like, it's fine. We want you at 100%. You can start playing when you're ready. This season, we're not worried about. But, you know, we want to be in playoff contention in the next 2 or 3 years. And I think that's where the Cardinals are, you know. And they had the cap space to make it work. They had the talent on certain positions to make it work. You know, I was referencing the Texans this past offseason saying that they're escaping abysses in multiple positions. That's how the Cardinals feel. The Cardinals are a few pieces away from being a good team, and Kyler is a good enough quarterback, and he's proven that he can be a good enough quarterback to get you to the playoffs. Now, the question obviously prevails, is he going to get you a chip? I don't know about that yet. I don't know if that's even something that we could entertain, but you know, if that's your question and that's the decision you're making when you're taking a guy like Bo Nix or the kid out of Washington, you know, like that's the pick that they're going to be getting more than likely, or Drake May. If a guy slides, that's when they would get him, but they're not going to get him in the top 10. They're going to utilize the pieces to, you know, build around Kyler. And I think the whole thing that cements that opinion being their idea in the front office is the trade of Joshua Dobbs. Because if you wanted to go ahead and have a guy that was going to work behind Kyler and then you could dump him off, you already had that. You already had a guy who was playing good.
Yeah, it's on a cheap contract too. So I'm gonna read you the rest of the Cardinals schedule and just tell me how many times you would start Kyler. All right, so they got the Texans this week. We already talked about that. The Rams, Steelers, 49ers, Bears, Eagles.
Twice.
All right. What games? Steelers, Rams and Bears?
Rams and Bears, yep.
That's kind of where I'm at. But I'm very iffy on starting him at all in any game, honestly. Until he actually puts some decent performances together. I'd be very scared.
Yeah, and I mean, the Texans are causing mayhem in the South, man. Like, the Jags have a reason to be afraid.
Yeah, with that being the Texans out for blood right now. And I believe let me look at their schedule again real quick. Yeah, so they play the Jags after the Cardinals. So if the Jags lose both times to the Texans, that's a very, very different division. And that puts the Texans in the driver's seat almost for first place.
Yep.
So
it sure does.